Yeah, so then I'm down on Sunset, and I'm over in that area where there's, no Starbucks for miles, and I'm dying for a coffee. And I walk in to get a nice coffee, and I instantly notice these gorgeous tarts in the display case.
Yeah.
And nobody's in this place. I've just come in and saw the tarts, and I look up at the lady and I say, how much are these wonderful tarts? And she looks at me with her nose up in the air and says, those tarts are $7.
Because they were lemon, right?
Lemon, like lemon, lemon zest on the top.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, well, I mean, it is expensive, but the way she's talking to me makes me, a little bit upset. So I say, okay, yeah, sure. I'll take 2 of those. And then she brings them over, and I take one, and I just smash it up into a ball, and I pretend like I'm gonna eat it, but then I don't. I just toss it in the trash. And then I took the other one, and then I kept that one actually, walked out and ate it.
Because you wanted to rub it in her face.
You gotta show them, hey, I can afford a $7 tart.
Yeah, man. I mean, I would have spent maybe more, $7. It's cool, you showed her a thing or two, but I don't know, man. I would have probably got like a bran muffin or something, and cake pop. Those kind of always bring up the total. You know what I like to do, man? Like those liquor stores that are owned by Asians.
Yeah.
Well, I guess which liquor store isn't owned by an Asian? Right?
That's a good point.
So those liquor stores that how they say like $10 minimum. Otherwise, you get charged like 50 cents for a credit card transaction.
Yeah.
Sometimes I bring like I'll bring up like a piece of gum, and they're like, oh, it's got to be $10 minimum. Otherwise, we're going to charge you 50 cents. And I say, why don't you just go ahead and charge me $10 for the stick of gum and 50 cents? So I basically pay $10.50 for like a 50-cent piece of gum.
You do
that? That shows them, yeah.
You do that too? Like when you go to a party and they'll say, hey, just like BYOB, bring whatever, you want to bring. And some people bring like a 6-pack or a 12-pack. This is what I started doing that I think is pretty funny to do. When I show up, I just bring a keg. I just bring a whole keg, and they're just like, they're floored. I went to a party over at Nancy's on Sunday.
Yeah.
And did that, showed up, brought a whole keg. Everyone was shocked because, it was only a dinner party. It was a dinner party, and there was only about 6 of us there.
So you got a full keg, right?
A full one, yeah.
Oh, all right.
With a tap of the most expensive beer that they had at the Bevmo. And then, we each had a glass or two, and then I just poured it out.
Yeah, because you got to empty it before you return it, right?
Yeah.
So it was just probably like a 32-gallon one, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah, you wasted just throwing away beer, huh?
Yeah. Hope beer makes the grass grow good. Because that whole lawn was covered.
It's funny you brought that up. Speaking of lawns, sometimes I was driving by that Nissan place, like at Universal City Nissan.
Yeah.
And, you always see a couple shopping for cars and stuff like that, like, looking over a car, trying to figure out, like, what car they want, because it's a lot of money, right, that they're going to spend, They gotta, this one has a sunroof, it's $500 more, this one doesn't, this one's automatic, and, all that stuff doesn't mean jack to me, so I just get so tired of waiting at the stoplight, watching them make this decision over money that doesn't even, it's like such a small amount of money that I've walked over, just gotten out of my car, left the car running at the stoplight, got out, walked over there, and basically told the guy, how much is this? $35,000. I'm like, here, just put it on this, and just got back in my car, man. Bought some random strangers a car, just so I didn't have to look at them anymore.
Whoa. That story has nothing to do with lawns.
Universal City Nissan has a little lawn patch out in front. So that's what made me think of that. And
Oh, now that you say that, you're right. It does.
yeah. So I don't know, man. I would just toss around money like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny that you're talking about cars because I was driving my car to the bank and I went in and I told the teller, can you just give me a pretty large stack of $1,000 bills? And she said, hundreds of the biggest ones we got here. And I said, well, I'll take, $100,000 $100 bills in a stack with a rubber band on it. And then she gave it to me, and I went outside and I tied 100 balloons to the stack, just let it go, took a picture, and put it on Instagram.
That's literally blowing money away, like in the wind.
But I mean, think about whoever comes across that money, next to some deflated balloons, a nice big old stack of money. Maybe it landed in, a farmer's field, or maybe it landed in a low-income housing area. I just hope it didn't land in the ocean.
Speaking of banks, it's funny that you mentioned banks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, is this your? This looks like a deposit slip. Oh yeah, that's mine. These are all the deposits just for today. See, that's the total amount I have in my bank account. $556,000, $349. Yep. Yeah, that's just one of my accounts, so not a big deal.
Is that checking or savings?
Checking, because I don't plan on holding on to that. I'm gonna go right through that. That'll probably get me through the month of June. Oh man. Hey, hand me a paper towel, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, what are you doing? It's just a little spill.
Oh, I only use the whole roll for little spills.
Okay, that seems kind of wasteful. Like, just need a little bit, man.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Excuse me.
He's gonna use the whole roll.